Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario with IPitomy Communications. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at Queue Manager. This is a very basic user guide on how to use Queue Manager. Once it's downloaded onto your computer and set up, the settings are over here. And it's a very quick setup. It has to be enabled in the PBX. Your installer will have done that for you, and he should have also installed it on your computer. And once it's downloaded on your computer, it's simply putting your extension number, your voicemail password, the IP address of your PBX, and the port number. Once this is configured, the software will start talking to the PBX, and this will be linked to your desktop phone. Now, what the Queue Manager allows you to do is have complete desktop presence. And what this allows you to do is see who is on the phone, who is available, what phones are ringing, and it also allows you to do transferred calls, transfer to voicemail. Will also allow you to chat back and forth with the chat applet. You can see these chat bubbles here. So starting off first, looking at the layout, this can be adjusted here. Depending on how many phones you have and what size screen you have, you can adjust this so that you can see more or less. And once you have this here adjusted to where you can see all of your extensions, then you will notice you'll have green extensions for your idle extensions, red extensions for people who are on the phone, and here orange extensions for those who are ringing. You can see here, Find Me, Follow Me, here is ringing this extension up top here, 2 at the same time. Actually 3 at the same time. But what this will allow you to do is when I'm on a call, I will be able to, my call will show up down here. So for example, I would dial my, my cell phone here, and I will make a phone call. Or actually, I'll just call into the IPitomy number, that'll just be easier. And I will just make a call here on my headset. And you'll see my call go off hook here. So this here is my call. I'm off hook. I'm actually on my desk set there. And what I can do here is you see I have an option here to park, to record, or to hang up. If I park the call, it's simply going to park. It will end up coming down the side here. Anybody with Queue Manager could pick this call up, or on a desk phone with your park button 701, you'd be able to pick that parked call up. And on somebody else who wanted to pick it up here would just click on here and it would connect there. You can hear it on my desk set there that I picked it back up. So, but what it also does, it shows you your call, your caller ID, everything there on your screen. On this side here, we'll show you calls for the person that you're clicked on. So if I wanted to click on Tony over here, I would see her extension number, see how long she's been on the call. If it's an internal call, it'll just show internal, and if it has the caller ID associated with it, it will show your caller ID. Now, by permission level only, per extension level, you can enable these functions over here, which would allow you to listen. Of course, they hung up there, but I'll go to Chris here. You could listen, whisper, barge, or record here on any of these, as long as you have the permission level and that particular extension has that allowed on the extension. So if I'm in a call center, I can listen in, I can whisper and coach that person, or barge in and take the call if I need to, or I can record the call. On recordings on the Queue Manager, if you are to record a call, it will show up here. If you go to View, Call Recordings, on the call recordings here, you will see it comes up with a list of all your recordings here on the screen. And you can just download these. They're all WAV files. You can email them, listen to them, whatever you want to do. So that is all there. Let me go back onto the screen here. So that shows you the calls, the other person's calls here on the screen. As far as the chat applet goes, anybody that has a little chat bubble here opened with Queue Manager that's installed on their computer, you can chat back and forth. So if I wanted to chat with EJ, for example, over here, I could just chat. He is a remote extension over in Texas. I can chat over to him. He'll get a little indicator there that he has a chat message, and it will come over on his screen. As far as transferring calls, if I'm on a call And here I will make another one. I will make a call, and you can see the text message just came in from EJ back, and there it is on my screen. Now I've just made a call over here, and you can see this call here that I've made a call on my desktop. So here it is, the number that I called from and the number that I called into. And then if I want to transfer, I could just click on the appropriate person, right click, transfer to voicemail, call, or page. So that can all be done just by right clicking on the block. Conference bridges will also show up here. Standard, you get 2 of them, 901 and 902. So if I call into this particular conference bridge, I'm going to call directly into it. You will see it light up here on the top right hand side of the screen. Once the conference, you've called into the conference, it will show up here in the conference room that I called into. In this case, I called into 901. I have a DID that goes directly into the conference bridge. I can open it up and view it, and then you will see who is in there, the name, the caller ID, and if I talk into it, here I'm talking into my handset, you can see it light up red so that you can tell exactly who is calling or who's talking, which is very helpful if you have several people on a conference bridge. You also have other options to mute, unmute, so if somebody does put you on hold with background music playing, you can mute them. You can also close, kick the user. You can mute all the users while you're doing your presentation, then unmute them. You could kick everybody out. You could lock the conference room down. Once you had people in there, you could unlock it. You can also passcode the conference bridge as well. The section down here on the bottom pertains to ACD, and what that allows you to do is get a snapshot of your ACD queues. So if you don't have the ACD package, you will not see this bottom section here. But if you do have the ACD, you will have this bottom section here, and this will give you a snapshot of your queues. You'll be able to click on your queues individually. You can see these different statistics here in queue: average answered wait, average call length, answered, not answered, timed out, and abandoned. But in addition to that, you can actually click down here and see the individuals in this particular group, how many calls they've answered, and their call time. So it gives you a nice little snapshot there. As far as queue alerts, these can be set in the PBX, for example, to allow you to see if you have enough people logged into your queues, or if you have a certain time limit on how long you want people to wait. For example, any call that waits longer than 3 minutes, I could have light up in the queue alert. And I can also have an alert sent if a call is abandoned. On the queues here, you also can do a temporary add to queue. So for example, if a florist on Valentine's Day wanted to add extra people into the support group or whatever, you could just right click on this, add queue member, and all the extensions on the PBX that are available will be able to be added just by clicking on them and hitting add queue member. This will be done for the 1 day only, and then the next day just your regular agents will be in there. So that's kind of a temporary add to add in additional queue members.